Hi, guys.
Gotta get that attitude in. Some way, somehow.
We attempted to start this a second ago, but the mic wasn't plugged in. Apparently, I was told 3 times it wasn't plugged in.
Yep.
Why is this right here?
Because you moved it there.
Okay. We're back with another Unsolved Case Files. Well, not another, but another
installment.
Yeah, that fancy wording right there.
Or another episode, you know.
We're going to attempt to keep this one to like an hour.
So
we're going to challenge ourselves.
If the intro is like 5 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or if the intro is 2 minutes.
We're going to like give ourselves an hour to get the second objective done. And I'm going to hope that we can actually do it. And in case you didn't notice, gave myself a haircut. Trying to grow my hair out for our wedding, but like 2020 was not a good year for me.
Or for me.
And I had like 20 hair colors.
Yeah, you did.
So my hair is a bit damaged. I'm trying to grow it out naturally, so the darker that you see is my actual natural hair. And like there was like 6 inches of dead. There's still like a lot of damage, but it feels so much better. So I'm just trying to, go back to my natural hair. Cause,
my hair is usually twisted, but
I'm slacking.
It's just an afro right now.
Yeah. So, but you will hear all about 2020 in my podcast at some point, I'm sure. And the fact that I tend to go for my hair when I'm having mental health issues. It's not a healthy coping mechanism.
Oh, also, hopefully, in the near future, we will both have mics on the podcast.
Yeah. We're working on that.
Both be mic'd up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So, I guess let's get into this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have lots of new things coming out. Fun
if
videos.
you know any good case files,
you
let
interrupt
us know.
me one more time.
Sorry. I'm done. It's not my video. I'm done. I'm done.
Anyway, we have lots of new things coming out. There'll be more podcast episodes. I'm going to start actually recording the podcast episodes, but for the ones that I didn't visually record, I'm just going to post them on my YouTube with like some kind of picture or something, so that you guys can have access to it on YouTube as well. Don't forget that I did make that email and Instagram. If you guys need to get in touch with me for anything at all, feel free. Leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see. I have some packages coming, so we'll be doing some unboxing. Yeah. Let's get into this. Okay, so first, let's catch everybody up where we left off.
Yeah.
We solved the first objective. Found out that she wasn't alone. The way we proved it is these fancy pictures, because in this frame, 37 second, there's no shoe next to her. But and there's no shoe on her foot. In this frame, in 38 seconds, there's a shoe next to her.
Her other shoe is on.
Yeah. So, pretty sure her shoe wouldn't fall after her. Unless somebody threw it. But And then
Bro, they must have threw that giant nice though, because it landed right by her foot.
Put our bonus envelopes to the side. And we got to open bonus envelope A with our next objective. And we got another news article and a letter from
Her mom.
her mom. Right? Yeah, and then our next objective. So our next objective says, find the suspect who is lying. One of the five suspects lied about where they were on the day Jamie Banks died. When you can prove which suspect lied to investigators, you visit this page to prove it, blah, blah, blah. Remember, we have 3 hints. We're going to try to get as far as we can without touching the hints.
Yeah.
But this one's tougher than the first one. So we have 3 hints that we can use. Basically, to get a hint, you just select
your guess.
And
if you're wrong, you get a hint.
Yeah, you can get a hint. If you're right, you're right. So anyway, let's get into it. Have our handy dandy notebook and pen up for here.
Okay, so we need our suspects for this one.
Yeah. Let's do. Okay, so
we might also need something else too.
I know. So these are pictures. These are newspaper articles. Okay, organized.
Aren't you glad we didn't just throw it in there now? No, last time we were really tired, and
I was.
I understood wanting to just throw it in there, but this me knew that like we would want it to be organized, or especially her. She's the organized, neat person, so I knew this me knew that this her would want it to be organized.
Okay, so one of these fancy schmancy people are lying.
Okay. About their whereabouts, right?
Yeah. So where should we go to first?
Let's just go in the order that they're right here in.
I just mean like I feel like we've read over all of this.
Right, so we just gotta read over it again. Let's just find out where he said he was. Oh yeah, he said he had to fix the balcony, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he said who all was with him? He was by himself. And then I didn't hear about what happened until Robert Romero came by. Robert came by and told me she jumped. Sorry guys. I guess we should try to talk about like what you're looking at so we don't leave them hanging.
Okay, I'm just reading it's like the newspaper for the school. I'm just running through like all the events and everything that's in here to see if like maybe something isn't adding up on like maybe a room or where someone said they were, or like there was something going on in a room.
Well, the pep rally was going on.
Yeah, I know that much.
And also read out loud, like just what you're reading through.
It says, Culinary Delight Showdown, Miss Sweeney's Home and Economics 101 classes will be participating in the annual Thanksgiving Bake Off this Saturday at 10 a.m. in room 301.
Nah, not Saturday.
No. This costume contest, Wayne's World, it was Tuesday at 3:15. I don't see anything else that really says anything.
Right. His statement says, when Jamie jumped, I was in the auditorium fixing part of the Romeo and Juliet set. He told that to the... What?
I don't know. Wrestling team car... Oh no, that's on Saturday. Never mind. It's like the same areas, but it's all on a different day.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait. The 5th floor girls' bathroom will continue to be out of service for another week. According to Miss Sampson, it should be fully functional by the end of next week. Did anybody say they were on the 5th floor bathroom?
The 5th floor bathroom? I don't think so. I think the other one said they were on the 3rd floor, or maybe the 2nd floor. But we'll find out. Okay. So I'm looking at Johnny Roca now. Roca. So where did he say he was? Walked my girlfriend, Sophie Sunday, to the second floor bathroom at the beginning of third period. Waited for her just outside the door. I thought she'd only be a minute or two. Excuse me. But it only took... Oh, but it took forever because she was trying to get a soda stain off her sweater. So I went in to keep her company. Anyway, there is suddenly a scream and a loud thud. We ran over to the window, saw Jamie lying on the ground, and went back to the pep rally to alert the others. Okay. Now, what's Sunday say? Right before I spilled tab all over my sweater. Oh, okay. It took me a while. Spilled so much. I was crying. Heard a scream. Ran right to the window. Okay. Okay, this is weird.
What?
Okay. Johnny Roca, whatever, said, I walked my girlfriend, Sophie Sunday, to the girls' second floor bathroom at the beginning of third period and waited for her just outside the door. I thought she'd only be a minute or two, but it took forever because she was trying to get a soda stain off her sweater, so I went in to keep her company. Anyway, there was suddenly a scream and a loud thud. We ran over to the window and saw Jamie laying there on the ground. I ran back to the pep rally to alert others of what I'd seen, and Sophie went down to check on her. Right? Mm-hmm. Listen to Sophie's. Right before third period, I spilled tab all over my sweater. I was really upset and wanted to do something about it before it dried on there and left a big stain. It took me a while because I spilled so much of it and I was crying. I heard a scream and something hit the ground. So I ran to the window to look out. I had mascara in my eyes, so it was kind of hard to see, but I could still make out that it was Jamie Banks. Then I saw Robert Romero run over to her, kneel down beside her, and then take off. I ran down to see if she was okay, and by the time I got there, Olivia Underwood was standing near the body. And, okay, why I say that's weird? She mentions nothing about Johnny.
I know, and then in this one she goes in and says that she lied.
She does?
Yeah, she said that she didn't mention that he was with her in her statement, but she's telling now.
Oh, because he went in the girls' bathroom?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Okay, I guess little Sophie Sunday can be clear for now. What about Olivia? She's crying and stuff.
I don't know. She still seems suspicious to me, but...
Who?
Sophie.
Yeah, they both seem kind of sus. Okay, so Olivia said, I was walking to the pep rally when I started feeling violently ill out of nowhere. I ran to the first floor girls' bathroom and got there just in time to puke my guts out in the toilet. I was really messed up and couldn't leave the bathroom for a pretty long time. Just as I was starting to regain my composure, I heard a terrible scream. I looked out the window to see Jamie just lying there, limp and lifeless. It was awful. I collected myself and ran down to see if there was anything I could do to help. Oh, okay, so... Janice. So she said Janice can confirm her whereabouts. So I guess we gotta look at their statements too.
Can confirm whose?
Can confirm Olivia.
Today is the worst day of my 17-year teaching career. I'm overwhelmed with grief, but I thoroughly understand the need to conduct a full investigation. We canceled third period today for an all-school pep rally because the football team is playing in the state championship tonight. Third period starts at 10 a.m. We took a few minutes gathering students on the bleachers so Marilyn Roberts could take an all-school picture. We had just finished at around 10 after when Robert Romero came running into the gym screaming for help. I asked Miss Hawkeye to watch over the students while Miss Griffin While Mr. Griffin, Mr. Collier, Mr. Carrier, Mr. Stason, and I ran out to see what happened, that's when I saw Jamie on the ground. Sophie Sunday and Olivia Underwood were near her body. Miss Stason immediately checked for vital signs and attempted to provide medical attention, but it was clear she was gone. I asked Robert Romero what happened. He says he was washing his hands in the first floor bathroom when he heard a scream and a loud cracking noise. He ran outside, saw Jamie lying on the ground, and immediately ran to the gym to notify us. As I looked up and saw an open window on the 6th floor above us, it became clear what had happened. I was just trying to determine which room had the open window, and as I realized it was the newspaper room, the emotions overwhelmed me. I started getting lightheaded and was about to sit down on the ground when I noticed everyone staring at me. So I paused and I took a deep breath. And I told Mr. Griffin to go up to the 6th floor to guard the newspaper room door until the police or I got there. I told the students to sit down by the building and stay there until I returned for them. I told Miss Stason to remain with the body and make sure no one interfered in any way until I returned. I told Mr. Collier to go to the main office to dial the police, and I asked Mr. Carrier to walk with me back to the gym just in case I fainted.
That's it?
No, that's not it. What's the guy's name?
Preakness is
the other guy. Oh, Gelding, never mind. When I got to the gym, and I announced that everyone in the gym was safe, but there had been an accident. We all needed to remain there until further notice, and I placed staff members at all the exits. Mr. Griffin says the door was locked when he got there, so he just guarded the door. It was empty when I opened it for the police, and there's only one way in or out. We have a security camera pointed toward the back lot where she fell. I'll get you a printout during the time of the incident. I've also asked Marilyn Roberts to develop the class picture she took as soon as possible. I'll review the photo in an hour or so when it's ready, and I'll let you know anyone who was in the school at that time but missing from the photo. I know Jamie was an above-average student. She wrote for the paper and was in drama. I saw her performance last night, and she was amazing, but regretfully, I didn't know her very well. If you want more insight into her, I'd recommend getting a statement from our guidance counselor, Dr. Gelding. He heads up the newspaper. You also might want to talk to her drama teacher, Mr. Preakness. She was playing Juliet in the school play, so he must have been working closely with her. The students love Mr. Preakness, especially the girls. If there's anything else I can help with, please let me know.
Okay, I didn't hear her mention Gelding in this. And Gelding says that Janice Dowling can confirm his whereabouts.
No.
And Craig Zimmerman. But I don't think we got a statement from Zimmerman, did we?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, but I didn't hear her mention him at all.
Yeah, Janice.
What about this guy? I was sitting next to Liz Adams at the prep rally when Robert Romero came running through the doors, and Miss Dowling and a few teachers ran out there after him. We had no idea what was going on at first. Within a few minutes, there was a buzz among the crowd that someone had jumped. I started frantically looking around the room for Jamie because I was already worried about how she was reacting to the horrible review I wrote. Then I heard someone say her name. At first, I didn't want to accept it. I hoped that somehow I'd heard wrong, but when Principal Dowling approached me and said the police might need to talk to me about the review, I knew it was real. I was ushered into Principal Dowling's office with a few other students. We all sat there for an hour in silence, stunned. Jamie was one of my closest friends. We had our ups and downs, and it was upsetting to me that we couldn't be more than friends. But I'm horrified to think she killed herself over what I wrote. I feel so guilty and ashamed. I even met with Dr. Gelding's second period before the pep rally.
Okay.
So
he can confirm his word. Oh, and she would know because she's the principal, I guess.
I guess.
Okay. So I guess let's look at people's interviews, interrogations.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we can look at Olivia's. Okay, it says, starting with detective. Can you please state your full name for the record, miss? Underwood, Olivia Claire Underwood. Do you know why we brought you in today? Well, I guess you want to know more about what happened to Jamie. That's right. We're trying to find out exactly what happened. So we're questioning everyone who wasn't in the gym when she fell. I see. Is Robert here too? Robert Romero? No, he was seen on the surveillance video right after Jamie, so we're confident he couldn't have been on the 6th floor with her. We're talking to everyone else who isn't in the class picture that was taken when she fell, like you. Can you tell me where you were during the pep rally? It was the weirdest thing. I was heading to the pep rally. As I was heading to the pep rally, I started feeling really sick. So I dashed off to the bathroom. Next thing I knew, I was hugging the toilet bowl. So you were throwing up at the time of the pep rally? Yeah, it wasn't pretty. What floor were you in? It was the first floor girls' bathroom. That's what she said, right? Okay. And I never want to see that bathroom again as long as I live. What?
Is this Olivia's or Sophie's?
Olivia. No, Sophie was in the second
floor.
Yeah.
Thought I found something.
I feel you. Never want to see the bathroom as long as I live. First I'll peek my guts out and then I'll look out the window to see a dead body. How did you wind up there before everyone else? You know, being sick and all. I wasn't first, Robert was. I heard a scream, and by the time I made it over to the bathroom window to see what the noise was, he was crouched down next to her. Then he stood up and ran away. By the time I got there, it was just me and the body. What happened then? Well, I was by myself for maybe 10 seconds or so when Sophie Sunday came running up next to me. We were both really scared and not really sure what to do. Then maybe 20 or 30 seconds later, Miss Dowling, and some other teachers came running up to us and took control. Were you and Jamie close friends? Yeah, we were friends. Not exactly close friends. What makes you say that? Well, we didn't always see eye to eye on everything, especially when it came to theater stuff. So what's going to happen with the play now that Jamie's no longer here? I was Jamie's understudy, and I know all of her lines, maybe even better than she did. So I'm ready to take over for her. Of course, it will be very emotional for all of us, but the show must go on. Won't that be really hard for you, stepping into the lead so quick like that? Not for me. You have to seize every opportunity in life because it might be your last. I really wanted that role from the get-go and have been ready to replace her at any time for any reason. This could be my first big break. Lucky break, huh? I wouldn't say it like that. I mean, it's tragic for sure, but you can't blame someone for embracing an opportunity that presents itself. It's not like I pushed her out the window. You think someone pushed her? No, I just meant, like, it wasn't my fault this happened. Why do you think Jamie got the role of Juliet instead of you? Good question. I guess you'd have to ask Mr. Preakness. He really doesn't like anyone challenging his casting decisions, though. Seemed to me like he had his mind made up before auditions. Quite honestly, I think he had a thing for Jamie. Tell me about the boy who found the body, Romero. Is he your boyfriend? Robert? No, he's not my boyfriend, but he does have a little thing for me. After he got cast as Romeo, he pushed pretty hard for me to be Juliet. I think maybe he felt like if we played lovers on the stage, I'd fall for him in real life. It's pretty clear he's into me. He'll do anything I ask. Anything? You know what I mean. He thinks he's Romeo Montague and I'm his Juliet. It's cute. What about Jamie? Did she have a boyfriend? Romantic interests? I think so. Or I don't think so. I mean, she was pretty in her own way, of course, but she was one of those girls who was a bit too mature for high school boys, I think. So, how are you feeling? Oh, sad for sure, but I'm trying to see the bright side. I'm excited to have the lead in the play finally. I mean, your stomach. Oh, yeah, I'm fine now. Thanks for asking. I think the whole situation shocked me back to health somehow. I didn't think about it for a while, and now I feel normal. It must have been something I ate. Quick recovery. That would be all now for Miss Underwood. I don't think there was anything suspicious in there. Wait, the next one. Whose is it?
I'm looking for Sophie.
Wow, okay. got some suspicions on Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie and Johnny.
But
I'm really suspicious. Okay. Say your name for our records, please. Me, I'm Sophie Sunday. Sophie, do you know why you're here? Because I saw the body? Sort of. We're questioning everyone who wasn't at the pep rally to find out if they have any information. There is a picture taken of everyone in the gym at the same time when Jamie fell. You weren't in it. Was Johnny in the picture? Johnny Roca? What makes you ask that? Well, when I wrote my statement, I didn't say he was with me, but he was. In the girls' bathroom? Yeah. Is Johnny going to get in trouble for this? What were you two doing in there? Well, I asked Johnny to wait outside the bathroom for me while I tried to clean up a stain I had gotten on my sweater. Can you believe that happened on the day of the big game? Anyway, boys would be boys and Johnny wouldn't stay put. He snuck into the bathroom when we started kissing. Please don't spread that around. I don't want him to get in trouble for being in there. He's got the championship to focus on. He'd only been in there a moment, and that's when we heard her fall. There was a scream and a loud thump. It was awful. What happened then? We ran over to the window and looked down. She was just lying there. I had some mascara in my eyes, so I couldn't really tell what I was seeing at first. That's when I saw Robert Romero run over to her, and so I decided to go down there to see what was going on, or if I could help or something. Could you tell it was Jamie from the window? Not right away, but yes. Why didn't Johnny go with you? Long pause. Sophie? I told him not to. I was afraid he'd get in trouble for being in the girls' bathroom when he was supposed to be at the pep rally. You seem to be very protective of Johnny. Well, of course, he's my boyfriend and I'd do anything for him. I don't want anything to stand in the way of his career. Anything, huh? Would you lie for him? Johnny has nothing to hide. You didn't answer my question. Would you lie to protect Johnny? There's no reason to, so no. Are you aware of Johnny being involved in any sports betting? Betting? He wouldn't do that. Johnny says he hates gambling, and anyone who says otherwise about him is a liar. You're sure? Positive. Did it bother you that Johnny and Jamie were close? No, because they weren't close at all. She's not his type. They dated a few years ago, right? Are you aware of that? Of course I'm aware of it. I know everything there is to know about Johnny, but that was ages ago and it meant nothing to him. There's a rumor that Jamie was in a secret relationship. Maybe it was with Johnny? That's absurd. Not really. I mean, maybe she actually is his type, but you're the coach's daughter and it'd be better for his football career to date you. Even if his heart belonged to someone else. No way. Listen, I know what Johnny's up to 24/7, and he certainly hasn't been having any secret relationship with Jamie. He's my boyfriend, no one else's, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure it stays that way. Including getting rid of competition? There is no competition. Okay, let's get back to what happened when you went to see the body. Did you immediately know who it was? Yeah, I already knew it was Jamie from the bathroom window before I even got down there. She was in pretty bad shape, and I still had some mascara in my eyes, but I knew it was her. How far would you say you were from the victim? I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 feet. Who else was there at the body? Olivia Underwood. It was just me and her until Miss Dowling. All the teachers got there. Is there anything else that you want to add? No, nothing. Just please don't tell anyone Johnny was in the girls' bathroom with me. Can you promise me? I'll be in touch if I have any more questions.
Let's look at Robert Romero's statement, because that's who can confirm Paul. And let's just check out everyone's alibis for now.
So, this person can confirm.
Robert Romero can confirm Paul Preakness.
Okay.
Mr. Preakness.
I was the first one to find Jamie's body. Seeing her laying there was a horrible experience. I'd never seen anything like that in my life. I'm still really shaken up about the whole thing. I was in the first floor bathroom and lost track of time because I kept reading Craig's review over and over again. Best review I've ever gotten. But then I realized I was late for the pep rally, so I was rushing to wash my hands and leave when I heard her. It was about 10 minutes after the bell rang for third period, so it was probably about 10:10. It was a weird sound. I heard a woman scream and then something hitting the ground really hard. The noise came from right outside of the bathroom, so I rushed out the door and around the corner to the exit to help. I got there pretty quick before anyone else. I knelt down beside Jamie. It was a surreal moment since it was exactly like we had rehearsed so many times in Act 5, Scene 3. Only this time we weren't acting. She was perfectly motionless, No noise, no movement, just laying there, dead. It took me a moment to realize I needed to get help, and everybody was in the gym, so I ran over there and got Mrs. Dowling and a bunch of other teachers and brought them back to her. I can understand why she might lose it with all the pressure she was under. She was playing the lead female in the school play, and that's more than enough pressure for one person. You can take my word for that. The amount of work and time you have to put into the theater is incredible. The night before the opening performance, Jamie was up there and was up until midnight working on the sunset on our set background. I think she even used her own money to buy paint because I had Mr. Preakness say something about paying her back. She was also writing for the newspaper and had a big expose coming up that people were talking about. Everybody was trying to guess who it was about. I don't think they will cancel Saturday's performance because I have incredible chemistry with Jamie's understudy. Olivia and I have like a cosmic connection, and you can feel it when we rehearse. Mr. Preakness knows I wanted Olivia to be my Juliet, but he did not take kindly to my creative input on the matter. I believe we should probably donate a portion of the proceeds from Saturday's performance to Jamie's family, or maybe the suicide hotline, or something. As a lead male for the production, it's my responsibility to take charge on initiatives like that. So I'm going to ask Mr. Preakness if he can do it.
Let's go. It's gotta be, right?
What? Mr. Preakness?
Yeah. Because he said he was fixing the set. He said nothing about being there. He said last night.
Yeah.
But this guy said he opted out of the pep rally to fix the set. And that Robert Romero can confirm that.
So you think
So
that
Preakness.
Preakness is lying?
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn.
Dang. Should we get a hint?
No. Let's keep looking.
Well, at least we've narrowed Preakness out, so we can take
Yeah.
all his stuff out.
So
I'm telling you, I'm suspicious of these two. I'm also suspicious.
okay, let's
of...
read Johnny's interview then.
Hold on, let's take Preakness out.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't need him.
Okay, Preakness.
So let's read Johnny's interview.
Yeah.
Hey, please state your name for the record. Johnny Cornelius Roca. How well do you know Jamie Banks? We had a few classes together and we actually dated a few summers ago, but it didn't last. Did you get back together, like in secret? You mean like, did I cheat on Sophie? She'd kill me if she ever found out I was cheating on her. And her dad's my coach, so. This is Miss Sunday? Yeah, Sophie Sunday. And I didn't mean that to sound like I would cheat on her. I wouldn't. I haven't. Sophie would do anything for me. And there's nothing going on between me and Jamie. Johnny, they took a picture of everybody at the pep rally at the same time Jamie fell. You weren't in it. Why not? I was on my way. I just got held up. Where? In the bathroom on the second floor. I was with Sophie. Is that a girl's bathroom? It was just Sophie and me. Everyone else was at the pep rally. Yes, it's a girl's bathroom. What were you doing? You know, fooling around. We were kissing. No big deal. Let's back up a little bit. How did you two wind up in there when everybody else was in the gym? We were headed to the gym, but she was crying her face off about some stain on her sweater that you couldn't even see, and she asked me to wait for her outside the girls' bathroom so she could go try to wash it off or something. But she was in there forever, and eventually the hall was emptied out, so I, went in to check on her. What floor was the bathroom located on? Second floor, right next to the south parking lot where Jamie fell. Did you hear Miss Banks fall to her death? Yeah, it was hard to miss. She let out this loud scream. What did you do when you heard it? We both ran over to the window and saw her there. Sophie went to go check on her, but I have the game tonight and was supposed to be at the pep rally, so I just ran around and snuck into the gym to join everybody there. I told a few people what I'd seen, and it spread pretty quick. How chivalrous of you. What? Never mind. I understand Jamie was about to publish an expose in the newspaper. What do you think it was about? How the heck should I know? Griffin was probably stealing spoons again. She had a notebook full of your stats and the spreads for every game of the season. A lot of girls take my stats, and there's a lot more women into betting than you think. It doesn't prove Joey and I were up to anything, and it sure as heck doesn't make me a criminal. Who's Joey? Joey Ferrari? Yeah, he takes all the bets in school. You couldn't throw a game without Joey knowing. Even teachers place bets with him, girls too. Maybe you should talk to him. He'll confirm nothing's going on. Maybe I will. Mr. Ferrari was at the pep rally, though. He's not a suspect. A suspect for what? Skipping a pep rally? Going in the girls' bathroom? No, a suspect for murder. Murder? What murder? Jamie jumped out a window. That isn't murder. No, but it sure would be murder if someone pushed her and made it look like suicide. Someone who was just about to be exposed for betting on their own football games. Heck, if that got out, it'd ruin your football career for good. Look, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I really have to get back to the team. The bus to Jefferson County Stadium leaves in less than an hour, and I said Sophie can confirm that I was nowhere near Jamie when it happened. Ah, yes, Sophie, your loyal girlfriend who'd do anything for you. Even lie to cover up for you, or worse. That'll be all for now. Good luck tonight. We'll be watching you, Mr. Roca. Okay, so he said that they ran over to the window, saw her there, so he went back to check on her, and he was supposed to be at the pep rally, so he ran around and snuck into the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's what they said.
Didn't what's her face say that she had all of the exits blocked? Let me see. Yeah, place staff members at all the exits.
Okay, so let's guess Johnny then. Okay, let's get a hint.
The liar was not female.
Okay, so we could take out all the females then.
Okay, so that pretty much means it's the doctor. Which we originally thought he was lying.
Okay, let's see if we can find out why.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to read this article?
The reason I think he was lying was because what you pointed out that day with his hall passes.
But then you said that he could have wrote them the
yeah,
night
but
he
I'm
was
trying to
hall
see
passes.
if the guy that got the hall pass says when he got it.
Who was it? He was in theaters. Robert? No, not Robert.
No, Craig Zimmerman, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's in newspaper or journal or whatever.
No, Joey Ferrari.
Oh, the better?
Okay, so let's find what's his face's statement and his movie. Okay. In order for me to leave on time for the game, I had to forego the third period pep rally so I could work on some letters of recommendation that needed to be submitted before the end of the day. I was in my office working on these from the beginning of third period until I heard sirens outside. That's when I walked to the gym and found out what happened. Let's see. Shall we read his witness statement?
Who were you looking at?
The doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very difficult to put thoughtful words together right now, but I fully understand the need for an investigation into what could cause such a seemingly normal young woman to take her own life. I've been Jamie's guidance counselor for 4 years here at East Verona High School. I also help run the school newspaper that she writes for. Jamie is an amazing girl who gets good grades, stays out of trouble, and seems to get along with everyone. I took my wife and kids to see her performance last night, and she was incredible. It really begs the question as to why a young girl who appeared to have everything going for her would do something like this. Well, I'm not sure, but everything is not what it seems with Jamie, for 2 reasons you should be aware of. First, Jamie had been struggling with bipolar tendencies for years. Jamie has been meeting with me every few months over the past 2 years for manic depression. She was originally referred to me for the issue after she broke down in tears during a vocabulary quiz. During her dark times, she expressed suicidal ideations to me on a number of occasions, including thoughts about how she would do it. I should have reported I should have referred her to outside counseling. I just thought we had it under control. I couldn't have been more wrong. Second, Jamie was involved in a secret forbidden relationship. Jamie told me one of the reasons Mr. Preakness gave her the part of Juliet was because she told him she was presently in a forbidden relationship and it helped her relate to the character. She told me she had to keep this relationship a secret or a lot of people would get hurt. Jamie was an investigative reporter and very sharp, so I doubt we'll ever know who it was. I talked to Craig Zimmerman this morning. He's the young man who wrote the negative review about her performance. Turns out he asked her to be his girlfriend on Tuesday, and she told him she didn't have feelings for him like that. I guess that review was his way of working through rejection. You might consider talking to Johnny Roca. I believe they dated for a short time a few years ago. He's with Coach's daughter now. I asked everyone who works on the school paper, and Joey Ferrari was the last person in the newspaper room before Jamie. He might have some clues about the room that would be helpful. I'd also encourage you to speak with Mr. Preakness. He gets very close with students, especially female leads in his plays, although we've never had any official incidents regarding that issue here at the school. My hope is that we can address the issue completely and swiftly to help bring closure to the 315 East Verona students and staff she left behind. It's not going to be easy for our school to get through this, but I'm willing to give my all. Okay. Now, please state your full name before we get started. Dr. Benjamin John Gelding, do you know why we brought you in here? Well, I assume it has to do with Jamie. I'm guessing you'd like more insight into her mental state. That's part of it. You're also one of only a few people in the school who were not in the school photo taken when she died. It looks like suicide, but we're still investigating whether anyone was in the newsroom with her when it happened. You think someone was in the room with her? That's a shock. Well, I'm quite sure Joey Ferrari was the last one in the room because I spoke with every member of the newspaper and asked them. We've spoken to Joey. He was in the gym when it happened. Then I guess I don't know. Only the seniors had keys to that room. Craig Zimmerman, Joey, Marilyn Roberts, and Jamie. That's it. Well, Zimmerman and Joey were both in the school photo, and Marilyn took it, but we couldn't find you in there, Dr. Gelding. Do you have a key to that room? Me? Yeah, well, of course, but I haven't been in that room all day. Are you sure? Certain. I left my pad of hall passes in there last night. I didn't pick them up this morning, and the police haven't let me back in the room to get them. Why'd you leave a pad of hall passes in the newspaper room? It wasn't on purpose. We had our weekly meeting after school yesterday. That's when the students pitch their stories for the next week, and I write the assignments on the chalkboard. I brought my pad to write passes for anyone who wants to get out of study hall to work on articles. Like Ferrari. Yeah, I left the passes in the room by accident. Jamie could have let anyone in the room, though, since she had a key. Why do you think she wasn't alone? We're just exploring all possibilities. Was Jamie dating anyone? She'd said something to me recently about some kind of secret affair, but she never said who it was with. She was a private person, but would share things like that when we were alone in the newspaper room together. Let's back up. Were you alone in your office all morning? No, I had a session with Craig Zimmerman before the pep rally regarding the awful review he wrote about Jamie. I sensed hidden tension I needed to resolve. Seems he'd opened up to her about his amorous feelings on Tuesday, and she didn't feel the same. I believe he wrote that review with a broken heart. We talked in my office second period and made a plan for him to resolve the situation. We were done near the end of second period. Near the end of second period, can you be more specific? Well, yes, actually I can. Since I didn't have any passes, I had to walk him back to class.
What? He didn't have any passes.
But he said he had a pass.
No, Ferrari said he had a pass.
Oh, okay.
Did Zimmerman say he had a pass?
I don't know. Anyway. Okay, I probably got him there 10 minutes before the bell. Yes, I wanted to get back to my office, but the students in his class were really excited to show me what they were working on, begged me to come in and have a look. After I'd seen everything, the bell rang. The students went to the pep rally, and I returned to my office. So you chose paperwork over a state championship pep rally. Odd choice. I had letters of recommendation to submit before the weekend and wanted to leave early for the game. I was in my office until I heard the sirens and went to the gym. Wait. Okay. Dr. Gelding, do you really believe Jamie Banks did this to herself? Sadly, I do. She was hiding a lot. Jamie struggled with bipolar tendencies for years. She'd been meeting with me every few months over the past couple of years for counseling. She confided in me that she'd thought about killing herself. I should have referred her to outside counseling, but I just thought I had it under control. She was about to publish an expose in the paper. What was it about? She wouldn't tell me. Do you know? We're not sure. We think it was about sports betting. Well, that would explain her secrecy. I probably shouldn't say this, but Joey takes all the bets in the school. He's known as the school bookie. Everyone knows, but we kind of look the other way. Don't you think it's suspicious for an investigative reporter to turn up dead just before publishing a big expose? I guess, but I also know about her bipolar disorder, so I don't have any doubt it was suicide. When you spend as many years as I have watching teenagers make one impulsive decision after the next, you realize sometimes nothing they do makes sense. Is this all you guys have? If there's more, please let me help sort it out. I appreciate your offer to lend a hand, Dr. Gelding, but at this point I think we're done here. If you don't have anything else to add, we can let you go. I understand. Well, please do reach out to me if I can be of any help. I will certainly do that. Thank you for your time, Dr. Gelding.
This
Alright,
says...
let's make sure everything adds up.
This says,
See if you can find out what time he went and what time he left. Or does it just say that he met with him?
It says, I even met with Dr. Gelding second period before the pep rally. He pulled me out of Miss Martin's class.
See.
I had a session with Craig Zimmerman.
Let me see.
Let's go pick him and then see if we can choose from the documents it gives us.
It's all the documents, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Dang.
Oh no. Which of these?
The newspaper. The
I
Verona
knew
Voice.
something had to be in here.
Was that the Voice?
Yeah. But I can't figure out what would it be.
Let me see. Read by Joey Ferrari.
It's a game Spartan football's fans have been waiting for all season long. It all comes down to the state championship game. We've got two familiar faces in the East Verona Spartans and Winchester Coats. I don't think this has anything to do with anything but football.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Pep rally today at 10 a.m. There will be a pep rally in the gym to support the varsity football team on their championship quest tonight. Please come to the gym directly after second period and sit in the bleachers because we will also be taking an all-school picture. Smoking area moved. After we return from Thanksgiving break, the designated smoking area near the basketball hoops will be moved to the south parking lot near the loading dock. As always, please place your butts in the receptacle and respect your non-smoking classmates. Early dismissal on Friday to help students driving to the championship football game. Principal Dowling is releasing school 45 minutes early today at 2:15. Please drive safe and sober. Wrestling team car wash. Support your Spartan grapplers this Saturday by getting a $2 car wash in the south parking lot between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. The team will be washing cars in their headgear and singlets. Ongoing maintenance. The 5th floor girls' bathroom will continue to be out of service for another week. According to Mr. Simpson, it should be fully functional by the end of next week. Holiday food drive. The Humanitarian Club is collecting canned goods and non-perishables for the needy. Please drop off your contributions in the bins in the main lobby. All donations are welcome, but Ms. Burns says there's a severe shortage of cranberry sauce this year.
It's this. Sorry.
Snap.
It says,
What does it say?
I was in my office working on those from the beginning of third period until I heard the sirens outside.
Okay, so...
And in his interrogation, didn't he say...
He said that he was in the thing, right? He said, actually, I can't since I didn't have any passes. I had to walk him back to class. Yes, I wanted to get back to my office, but the students in this class were really excited to show me what they were working on and begged me to come in and have a look. After I'd seen everything, the bell rang. Students went to start rally. I returned to my office.
What?
He said he returned to his office, though.
What did he say right before that?
The students went to the pep rally. What does this say?
From the beginning of third period. Okay. So choose the witness statement from Craig about pulling him out of class and stuff.
Oh, wait. We didn't read that again.
I had skimmed over it. And I told you it said.
Oh, it says he met. Okay. Oh.
So try the newspaper then.
No. So it has to be the interrogation, but I don't understand where we went wrong. Like,
choose it and it'll tell us. So he was in the newspaper room that day?
I guess. Answer the final question.
So we gotta prove he was in there.
Okay, so here's the papers that we can choose from. So, coroner's investigation report, witness statement for Craig.
Oh, I'm reading.
Women's photo pocket items. Crime scene photo. Deceased. This one. This one.
So the 100 might be from dude paying her back.
Yeah.
Poison.
I'm missing a picture.
Oh, a prop for the play. A pen. Keys to the newsroom.
This one. This one. We need Joey. Oh no, not the picture. The witness statement. Is that Joey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Janice. And Craig. And Benjamin.
This is Sophie. This is Janice.
I don't need that.
I know, that's Sophie.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we need this and this. Okay. These are all we need to look at right now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's lay our pictures out. Here, you can put it all in here. Okay, so let's reread this letter.
Okay.
To the investigators responsible for reopening my daughter's case. First off, I am so grateful for your efforts in reopening Jamie's case. It means the world to me, especially now. You see, my husband just passed away last month.
I just looked at the time.
And he went to his grave thinking his only child may very well have committed suicide. Deep down, we had trouble wrapping our heads around both the police findings and what Dr. Gelding revealed about her mental state. We didn't even know she'd sought counseling. This just wasn't our Jamie. My husband loved her more than life itself, and the idea of Jamie taking her own life forever killed his spirit. But I take comfort in thinking that he now knows the truth, and I can't tell you the tears of joy as well as sorrow brings me to know that they are together again. By God's grace, I hope to one day be reunited with them both. So many people were torn up by her death. At the graveside just after her burial, I remember Paul Preakness falling to his knees and crying like a baby. It broke my heart. I didn't know what else to do but go over and hug him. He seemed like he wanted to tell me something that day, but he couldn't, and I never saw him again. I knew he meant a lot to Jamie, but I had no idea how attached he'd also been to her. I still see some of her old classmates from time to time, and it tears open wounds that have never healed. After she was inducted into the Hall of Fame in Canton last week, Johnny Roca came back to town with Sophie and their children. I ran into them all at the park while walking the dog. Johnny Jr. had to help me to a bench because out of nowhere I broke down, thinking about what Jamie's children might have been like. The hurt never goes away. Jamie's dad and I saw Olivia Underwood in an interview just a few weeks before he passed. She's a big Hollywood star now and was gushing about her first big break in a high school production of Romeo and Juliet. So many years have passed, but it still ripped us apart. We sobbed in each other's arms till we fell asleep that night. I beg you, please do not give up on your efforts until justice is served. I included her obituary notice to remind you of the amazing young woman behind this unsolved case file. Our beautiful daughter is gone from this world forever, but her killer is still out there. Please don't give up until you've solved this case. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Linda Banks. Okay.
I don't think it's that one.
Her obituary. Jamie Banks. Jamie Banks died unexpectedly at East Verona High School Friday morning, November 20th, 1992. At the age of 18, she was the only child of Andy and Linda Banks of Verona, Massachusetts. Right? Is Ilme
Massachusetts, I think.
Okay, anyway. Jamie was a senior at East Verona High, as well as a sweet, beautiful, kind young woman who will be missed by many. She was an investigative reporter for her high school newspaper, The Voice, and also a very talented actress, winning the role of Juliet in East Verona High School's production of Romeo and Juliet, which opened the night just before she died. Her funeral service will be held on Thursday morning at St. Joseph's Church, 17 Squire Street, Verona, Massachusetts, at 10 a.m., followed by the rite of committal at Capulet Cemetery in East Verona. In lieu of flowers, please consider donating to the Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Let's see. Happened last week just before school began, early Friday morning. His wife of 44 years, Miss Bertha Sampson, said she and her husband are eternally grateful for Dakota taking the time to learn CPR. I'd be a widow today if it weren't for his knowledge of what to do in such a situation. Along with the Lifesaver Award plaque, he was awarded a $500 scholarship to college of his choice from East Verona Volunteer Ambulance Association. Verona Cineplex raffling a year of free movies at Aladdin premiere today. Not that. Let's see. Ooh.
Sorry, y'all. Coroner's report.
Yeah. I'm wondering though.
Last one, newspaper. We got the was lot like that. Starts with my articles. Pretty hot. Input window.
Hold on.
I don't think it's Ferrari. His witness statement.
Might be.
I don't think it's Zimmerman's.
We have like 2 minutes before our hour is up. Where did... Hold on. Let me see those other witness statements. Let me see those other witness statements. Okay. I'm thinking... So this says the last time she was seen alive was 9:55.
Okay.
On the 3rd floor. Does it ever say... It says she was last seen alive by Olivia. Okay, never mind.
Gosh, man.
Guys, we don't know.
Dang, man, this is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Where's that magnifying glass? Maybe we need to see something up close. And there's a little black speck on her pants.
Bro.
You want to guess too and get a hint?
Sure.
I forgot we could get a hint. 1? Wait, go up. Oh, none. Okay.
Dr. Gelding left evidence that he was in the newspaper room that morning. The morning of the
So where's
Okay,
the picture
I
of the
was gonna
newspaper
show
room?
you that there's hall passes or something right here.
Right. He said.
But he said he left hall passes.
Yeah. Right.
So what else would he have left? Ooh, maybe this chair pulled out. I'm very lost in this one, you guys.
Me too, bro.
Like,
Okay, what else does he say? Oh, it can't be his interrogation, right?
no, it has to be something like this. I think it might be these two.
Okay. Statement. Picture.
Wow.
Neither one?
Neither one of those.
And then what did you pick before? Coroner's report.
Yeah, and
Janice.
Janice down. So it's one of these.
The pressure was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. Goodbye, Jamie.
Maybe it's this since next week's board's already filled out.
Let me see.
Is she down on what day? Do you remember? Doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it was a Friday though. Yeah, it was a Friday. So, if he's head of everything, He would have filled out that board for next week, right?
Maybe.
So he had to have been in the room.
Okay. So that and what else?
Let's just guess this one and see.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, we're guessing at this point. We got one of them.
So you think it's the picture?
Yeah, but I don't know what can go with it to say. Are you making sure it's that one?
Yeah. So it's that one for sure.
Okay.
But it's not Joey Ferrari. And it's not the computer screen. Okay, so is there anything in this photo?
It's not the pocket.
Okay.
I think I'm right about this, but I just don't know how to prove that.
I think I know.
What?
You're right. He wrote this, right?
Yeah.
There's chalk on her shoe. You see the little white spots? On the shoe that was off.
Ha!
Deceased victim on ground. Come on, this has to be it.
Bro!
No way, bro. No way, bro. No way, bro.
Okay, so then it has to be that's the only thing left.
Craig Zimmerman? Try the letter.
No. So what did we get wrong?
Obituary?
Oh. Wait, what? Sam Simpson. Her husband trying to get Dakota, taking the time to learn she would be a widow today if it weren't for
CPR. So if he didn't know CPR, but if he didn't.
Wait, Baragoni said he wasn't in the newspaper room all day, but he added a new story to the newspaper room chalkboard that happened that morning. Aha. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So because
So
he
now
wrote,
we can open B. Because he wrote, because I read that earlier, but I didn't think anything of it. It's on the back. It was a story that had just happened that morning. So he's like.
So he had to have been in there.
He had to have been in there that day.
Yeah.
So I was right about that. I just couldn't figure out how to prove that.
I feel like this could have also been it, though.
Could have. That was very good.
Dang, man.
Maybe that has something to do with the next objective.
I doubt it. Thought I was take the stapler in this thing for a minute.
I just destroyed this envelope.
I see that. It's okay.
Okay.
2?
Objective number 3, convict the killer. In order to secure conviction of the killer, you'll need additional evidence that directly connects the suspect to the crime. When you know who the killer is and have found the evidence needed to prove it, visit the page to verify your solution. I think that shoe is going to be it.
Okay, let's read the letter, or whatever that is.
To whom it may concern, I wanted to personally and sincerely thank you for your work on the Jamie Banks case. I'm hoping your efforts will finally uncover what happened to that lovely young woman. It was so long ago. I believe Judy Marston and I are the only remaining faculty members who were also present on that dreadful day. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I've heard that you may be focusing your investigation on Dr. Gelding. You should know that immediately after Jamie was found dead, Dr. Gelding worked tirelessly by my side to help students and staff get through that senseless tragedy. I don't think any of us could have endured it without him. I recently asked Judy what she recalled about that day, and she shared a story about Dr. Gelding. I thought you should hear since it happened moments before Jamie died. He had stopped into her studio art class to drop off a student, and the class was bursting with excitement to show him what they'd been working on. Despite being in a huge rush, he lovingly took the time with every student to praise their efforts right up until the bell rang. There's no way that this caring man murdered a student mere moments later. I felt the need to reach out to you to share the anecdote and confirm that Dr. Gelding was always there for his students, and they loved him. I can attest to his incredible kindness and genuine caring nature for everyone at the school, as well as his impeccable integrity and pristine record as our guidance counselor. It would definitely be a waste of your noble efforts to pursue Dr. Gelding. Better to focus on the others so justice can be served for Jamie more quickly. But I suppose you're the expert. If I can help in any way, please let me know. Sincerely, Janice Dowling.
Okay.
Alright, so we gotta convict the killer. I honestly think that is gonna be the answer. But do you want to quit or do you want to try it?
If you want to try it, let's start another video. We're going to end this video and then start another one. If y'all see us in the same clothes, we attempted it. If y'all don't, we didn't.
We didn't do too bad. An hour and 18 minutes minus the 3 that it took for the intro. So an hour and 15. So we only went 15 minutes over.
Yeah.
And we guessed a lot. But you know what? This one's harder.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we'll probably do another one. If we realize it's going to take too long, we might quit. We might still go. I don't know. I'm pretty invested.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, if you liked it, let us know. If you didn't, let us know. Either way. Let us know what you want to see next. Bye.